Hello, and welcome to At Home with Lucas. So we're doing another Folgers coffee review. I know I have some people out there that are probably like, are you kidding me? That is poison. But this is their new Folgers Noir. This is their Rich Satin. And I have to admit that I've been going through the coffee aisle in the stores for the past year, and this has been catching my eye. It's a very handsome looking coffee canister, coffee container. Definitely not a bag because Folgers does not like bags. But anyways, so I'm going down the aisle and this is catching my eye every single time, and I'm like, I have to do a review because I need to know, is this just Folgers with a new look, or is this actually a good quality coffee? So in this video, we're going to be doing a hands-on with the canister. Then we're going to take it and throw it to my K-Mini. We're going to put it in the reusable K-Cup. We're going to brew up a cup. Fingers crossed it doesn't poison me and I don't die. I'm just kidding. It's not going to kill me. But fingers crossed. Then we're going to do my favorite part of the whole shebang, the sip test. I absolutely love tasting new coffee, and I'm hoping this is going to be decent enough to enjoy. And then we're going to do the review, and we're going to find out whether this is a daily, weekly, monthly, or never consumption coffee. It might be never, people. We don't know. Oh, man. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, let's take a look at this bad boy. So we got the Folgers Noir. Alexa, how do you say N-O-I-R?
I pronounce that noir, but I'm always working on how I say things and I might not have it right.
Yay, this dum-dum got it. All right. So we got the Folgers Noir Rich Satin 100% Arabica, medium, dark, intense, dark. Wait, oh, that's the, sorry, that's the range. So it's right in the middle of medium, dark, intense, dark. That's interesting. A dark roast with a full body of and smooth finish. A dark roast with a full body and smooth finish. What? All right, so this is their new coffee. This is their Noir line. I have seen this in the store many, many times in the past year, and I've been wondering what it's all about. So if you've watched this channel before, you know that I'm not necessarily a Folgers guy. I believe that it's a good starter coffee, but you will eventually grow out of it and need something better because this stuff can poison your body. Now I'm being dramatic. It doesn't poison you, but it's just not very good. So this is ground coffee, 10.3 ounces. The problem with buying ground coffee is that there are preservatives and additives in here to keep this fresh on the shelf. And they don't tell you that, and they don't want you to know that. They want you to buy it and brew it up and drink it and go about your day. They do not want you to know that there are additives and preservatives in here that your tum-tum does not like. That's why over time you will begin to dislike this and you should move away from it. So for the sake of the review, I will stomach this coffee. And hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully this ground coffee is something special and it doesn't have the same effect on your body as regular Folgers. So we shall see. All right, let's take a look at the side over here. So they're just basically going to tell you how to brew up and store it. That's hilarious. Let's see the backstory on these guys. All right. And then on the bottom, we should have the fresh by date. This is very clinical. That's what I'm getting from this. It's straightforward, just like, this is coffee, you brew it up. We're going to tell you a tiny, tiny bit about this, and that's it. All right, we got the aroma seal on the top, fresh by date on the bottom. I do like how this is a satin. I think it's a satin finish. I'm not sure. It's non-glossy. Definitely does not show as many fingerprints, and it's very appealing to your touch. So good job on that, Folgers. It looks handsome. It definitely catches the eye when you walk through the aisle. You're like, ooh, Noir. What is this? But anyways, let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open. So if you watched my last Folgers aroma seal attempt, I was not able to open it, and I'm not a weak man. I was not able to open it. I had to cut into it. I'll link that video down below. It's kind of funny. I don't know what kind of glue they use, but it was impossible to open. So let's go ahead and give this a normal light pull. There we go. It opened up perfectly. I'm one of those people that I always save this to keep it fresh. So what I'll do is just simply do that, and that way it basically returns to its somewhat sealed state. I do this for everything from supplements to, you know, just anything that has that seal. And if you don't do that, you're going to notice that it's going to lose its freshness really fast. All right, let's get a closer look at these grounds. I'm going to turn the flashlight on for this. There we go. So it's basically a standard Folgers grind, and basically a standard Folgers look. You're not really going to get that much difference, and in fact it smells just like standard Folgers. So what I'm going to guess right off the bat is that this is going to taste a little bit different, and basically this did exactly what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to get a young guy like me reintroduced to Folgers coffee. So this is just a rebranding. It's just a new look. I'm going to guess that it's going to taste relatively the same, and it's, you know, basically just Folgers making coffee for the giant drip machine. So next up, we are going to throw this into the K-Mini, into my reusable K-Cup, and we're going to brew up a cup of coffee, because this stuff is designed to be consumed fast, it's designed to be made fast, and it's designed to get you going without you thinking about the fact that you are drinking a very gross cup of coffee. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, let's get into the brew test. We're going to pull out my reusable K-Cup. If you do not know what this is or don't have one, I'm going to link this down below so you can take a look at it. It is actually pretty cool. Oh, what's this? Yes, we have a new tool. Love it. So I'm going to link this down below also. This is how you can easily load up your grounds and dump it straight into your reusable K-Cup without any spills anywhere. So if you've watched my last videos, you know that I got a little sloppy with my loading up of the K-Cup. All right, let's take a look at these grounds once more. Not bad looking. I think that whatever Folgers does, they make this perfectly uniform grind, and it's as if each piece, each chunk, each whatever is coated in something that just allows for the water to go through it, come out. I don't know what the heck they do, but I do know they add additives and preservatives. So don't quote me on that, people. Don't quote me. But I do this for you. I'm going to consume it with the additives and preservatives that allegedly are in there. All right, so this thing is very simple. As you saw, you just basically do a scoop, and then you dump ski right in the top. And it basically becomes kind of like a hopper. You may have to shake it depending on how oily the coffee is. So if there's more oil, it's not going to flow out as easily as that did. Also, you probably want to be using a bigger canister than that. This thing is a little bit too big for this Folgers canister, but nonetheless, it does the job. You get a good scoop in there, and you are just good to go. There is another one that's made out of plastic, and I wasn't as into that one. This one I believe is an Amazon recommended, but I could be wrong. The Amazon recommended are constantly changing. All right, the only thing that I need to figure out is how many tablespoons that one is. All right, so let's go ahead and throw this into my... Oh, yes, I still have some of those. I bought 74 of those forever ago, and I still have some. That's for the hardcore fans right there. All right, so you got to take out that K-Cup holder, and then you could slap in your reusable K-Cup. I wish they would figure out a way to change that, but whatever. All right, so with this one, I'm going to pour in the exact amount of water. I want to get it right about 8 fluid ounces. There we go, just a little bit over, no big deal. All right, let's get this bad boy a brewing. So I'm gonna link my K-Mini down below if you don't know what it is and if you've never used it. It's a decent machine. I wouldn't recommend it though. All right, that is a very rich looking stream. Now bear in mind there is a filter on this video, so that's gonna be a little bit closer to normal, but maybe a little bit brighter. So bear with me, people. All right, we are getting a nice looking cup in our Grand Canyon cup. cup. One thing to note is when you throw the Folgers coffee into this reusable K-Cup, the coffee comes, or the water goes through it easier than I've ever seen. So I don't know if it's because of the grounds or if it's because the grounds are not very good, but that's one thing to note is the water flowed through the grounds super easily and made a perfect stream. All right, so we're gonna test this cup of coffee to see how hot it is. This is fresh off of the K-Mini. All right, it looks like we are in the 160 range in the green. All right, let's test it once more. So what we're looking for is a temperature between 132 and 145. So I typically like it around 130, 132. This is going to give you optimal taste for the best cup of coffee. So don't drink your coffee too hot, people. All right, let's get into the sip test. So as you can see, or you did see, I'm running this kind of hot. So I'm doing about 140, 139, because I figured that most people are going to drink Folgers hotter than other coffees just because of the machines that they come out of. So let's go ahead and give it the sip test. Ooh. That's interesting. Ooh, very interesting. Wow. It's smooth, sweet. A little bit, it's thin. It's smooth, sweet, and thin. That's the first sort of bit of flavors that you're getting. That's what your mouth is tasting. It's smoky. It has that Folgers taste. It's almost as if they figured out a way to cover up some of that Folgers annoyingness, we'll say. Something a little bit different. This is very interesting. I was not expecting to somewhat enjoy, if not like it, right off the bat. Yeah, definitely smoky. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. That is a very, very interesting flavor. Wow. I mean, my instincts are to hate it because it's Folgers, but I actually enjoy it. It's really weird. It's sweet. It's not full-bodied. You can definitely tell that it's a wide range of. They're doing a lot. They're definitely doing a lot. This is definitely a Waffle House stack of hot cakes or pancakes with a lot of syrup. You'd really, really enjoy this. I typically love a sort of, I'm not gonna say watery, but a thin. We'll say I love a thin coffee with a syrupy meal or breakfast, whatever you want to call it. Some people eat breakfast for dinner. Yeah, I would definitely say some hot cakes, pancakes, waffles, eggs. This is actually enjoyable. It's only going to be a matter of time whether my stomach says no thank you or my stomach says yes please more. So I'm going to say this is a safe to consume daily. I'm going to say that you may enjoy waking up to it. If you want something that's not as harsh or punchy, Now, only time will tell if it messes up your tum-tum on a empty stomach. So that's how I consume almost all my coffee, on an empty stomach, which the experts are saying is a oh no. But I will survive. Yeah, it's definitely not a Folgers tasting coffee. It has the underlining hint of it, maybe the aftertaste of it, that's somewhere in there, but it's hidden with a we'll call it a hipster newness. So they're definitely trying to say, and the funny thing is, noir is basically just means black. So instead of it being a red canister, it's a black canister. So it's hilarious. They're just like, we're changing the color and everyone's gonna flock to it. I mean, I did. I couldn't stop looking at it in the aisles. Yeah, it's very thin. As you saw, I put a decent amount of grounds, and I put 8 ounces in, so it's not thin because of the lack of grounds or wateriness. It's thin because of the coffee that actually was extracted from those grounds. So yeah, it's definitely enjoyable. As of right now, I have no hate. The aftertaste is let me see. There is an aftertaste. Okay, hold on. There is an aftertaste that's forming. It takes a minute. There it is. So the aftertaste is actually Folgers. That kind of like, you know, where the coffee you drink all day but not enjoy the most, but you consume it the most. That's kind of what Folgers is. It's consume me fast and get the buzz, get the caffeine, and move on. It's not a coffee that you're gonna sit down and, you know, cozy up to and have a nice pastry with it or whatnot. Read a book. You're gonna consume this coffee and you're gonna get it done. Yeah, that is very enjoyable. But the aftertaste is definitely a lower quality. I'm gonna give this a 3 3/4 out of 5 stars. 3 3/4? Yeah, that's how you say it. 3 3/4. That's measuring, tape measure. Anyways, I'm gonna say it's not quite 4 stars. I'm gonna definitely test the other Folgers coffee out there, the other noirs. I think there's 2 more, so that'll be fun for this channel. Of course, if I have some adverse effect from this, definitely check out my At Home with Lucas podcast. I may be posting updates on that podcast about Folgers Noir Satin something. I don't remember the name of it. Anyways, so 3 3/4 out of 5 stars is not bad. It's not terrible. You will enjoy this. This tastes better than most Folgers coffee out there. It definitely is trying to be something better, which is good. Excuse me. So yeah, not the best, not the worst, enjoyable. Drink it. All right, there you go. That's Folgers Noir Coffee. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit that like button. And if you want to join the At Home family and you want to be a part of this crew, hit that subscribe button. Every time I get a subscriber, I get a boost to make more and more videos, and it's because of you guys, I'm almost to 1K. I cannot wait for the day that I'm at 1K. I don't know why this is all rhyming, but it is. Can't wait, so excited. But as always, I thank you for watching each and every one of my videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.
I'll just keep on going over and over. I'll just keep on
You say no, no?
going till I can't go further.